I'm not going to imitate Subway voices or compare this program to a camp or a book. But I'm just gonna talk about my experience. I left my speech on the table.
Can you even see anymore? It's so dark.
So I'm just gonna talk about my experiences here so far. I must admit, when I received the email from Karen mentioning that I would have to write a 2 to 3 minute speech about my time here in New York, I wasn't the happiest person in the world. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't upset because I didn't have a great time here, because I did. I had the best mentor, the most supportive staff members to work with at the Manhattan Music Project, and a wonderful group of students to hang out with, and of course, email chain with for hours each day. I also wasn't upset with fear of speaking in front of an audience, because that's really not a problem. I was simply upset because I didn't want to have to sit down and write out a speech. Lazy sounding, I know, but I promise I have reason. For one, truth is, I'd rather just get up and talk on the spot, which I could do, but I'll be ranting and rambling forever, so I'm going to stick to the script. But I know that the amazing experiences that I've had here this summer, I'm going to think of something at the end that I'm going to need to include. There's just no possible way for me to talk about everything that's gone on in this past 10 weeks in 2 to 3 minutes. All the while, I'm going to try to make it happen. If you see my eyes straight from this paper and my mouth still moving, please just stop me because I was just going forever. Before coming to New York this summer, I was very nervous about whether I would fit in with the staff at MNMP, with my mentor, and with the other interns. I was hoping the other interns wouldn't be weird, and no worries, y'all aren't. We had a great time together. After just my first week here, I realized that we all had similar interests and that I was with the right mentor at the right job site and in the right program. I am going to diverge for a minute. Just wanted to say that there was a point, I think Selena will know, when I was not even going to come to New York this summer, and there was just a bit of drama with changing flights and things like that, and I just want to say how grateful I am that Selena kept talking to me and worked with me as far as switching job sites and just getting everything in order, because I don't know what else I would have been doing this summer, for one, and two, I just had a great time, so I just want to throw that out there that I might not have been here. Alright, working with MNMP, which is Manhattan Music Project, has been such an amazing experience. I've learned so much from their staff and board members. Whether helping Justin with marketing strategies and press releases, going with Franny on site visits to watch the interesting student performances, to worrying Allison with questions about editing our MNMP educational brochure, and of course bothering Unity with my 100 other questions about organizing the server, recruiting teaching artists, or getting advice on writing a grant. And of course begging them all to be greedy coffee addicts with me on my daily trips to Starbucks. The MNMP staff has been very helpful, fun, successful, and supportive. I've had the opportunity to travel to different schools and witness the positive effects that the arts has on underserved children. I was able to help plan and put on musical performances for various audiences around the city, and I also experienced writing my first grant proposal. I built for what I hope will be lasting relationships with the amazing staff here. I also want to thank Selena and Will for matching me up with Lisa, my mentor for this summer, who I absolutely adore. ABC's strategy of combining arts and business is such a wonderful idea, and Lisa really helped me bring about a connection between the two. Not only did she come to my job site to see where I was working and what I was doing, but I got to go visit her at ConEd, see her office, and talk with her and Alton about grant writing strategies and things like that. Whether she and I were at a gala for the producer Leslie Betty, at a quick lunch break in Union Square, a dinner party at her beautiful home, or just sitting in her office at ConEd, Lisa's been so supportive and been like a summer mom to me for the past 10 weeks. Now that I know I've gone over my 2 to 3 minutes, I'll quickly close by saying that this program would not have been the same without the constant interactions with the other 10 interns. I got the pleasure to interact with them this summer, and I'd be doing my ranting and rambling if I mention all of your names and tell you each little detail that I like about you. So I won't go into that, but just know that I really appreciated your friendship and spending time with other artsy people in such an artsy city. I'm seriously already trying to plan my first trip to California to visit Patty. I'm glad that other people my age are able to see the benefits that the arts brings to all of our communities. Thanks to all MNMP staff for putting up with me, showing me that a full-time job can be fun and interesting, aka giving me hope for the future and showing me that 40 hours a week doesn't have to be completely miserable. Thanks to Lisa for always being there for me and treating me like one of her daughters. To to the interns for making the 10 weeks fun and entertaining, and to all mentors, at large, and staff members from ABC for being easily accessible throughout the program. Like Melanie, I kind of met with a few various people throughout too, so I just really appreciate everybody's time today. So the next time that I talk about my summer experience in 2009 and in New York, wherever and with whoever that may be, I'm sure I'll talk without a prepared speech in hand, so that I can talk for 3 times longer than I just did and rant about all the other great activities that I've done this summer. I will properly be able to explain my 2009 experience with ABC and MNMP. In closing, seriously this time, I'd just like to say thanks to all for listening. I know it wasn't really an option, but thanks anyway, and I'll truly miss you all.